Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about is how to practice. So we head to the student group, and if you're not in the student group yet, head to, it's called Superpowered Pole and Fitness Current Students. See, there, that's what it is. You're not automatically added. I will manually add you, or Rani will manually add you. We should video introducing ourselves nicely one time. Okay, so what you'll see here, we don't use rooms. Announcements are actually kind of nifty. I have a few saved in here. One is our current timetables. And there's also a whole bunch of stuff for training at home. Just some conditioning you could do. This is a bit about our vision, stuff like that you might like to know. There's a whole heap of links in this one on flexibility for pole. So you can just do some stuff at home. And this is just kind of like a little rulesy kind of shop post. There's stuff about our shop, you know, so you can always have a little look through stuff on cancelling classes. That's announcements. You can see our photos in here too. I really want to make a Pole Kisses album so everyone can put their pole kisses in there. Other people like Muggles call them bruises. So what I'm here for also is units. So we have units of learning. They're not compulsory. I should tell you they are. I'm trying to work on a referral rewards program. I'll probably take that out in the meantime. This is stuff for training at home. So if you want to actually do a little bit of conditioning at home, you can, but you need to warm up. And you need to, then you go to the workouts video and then you can stretch. There's a unit on how to buy a pole. It's quite common that people buy bad ones and then they tell me about it after. I can help you choose a good one. I don't have an affiliation with anybody in particular, but you shouldn't buy certain poles, and that's explained in here. How to practice, as I'll talk about that a bit more in a second. There's a bit on how to use Pole Buddy, because we've got videos of how to cancel and rebook but on your laptop. So practice. In the how to practice unit, it teaches you how to practice. So it's good to, for example, have a little book that you might write the moves in that you learn each week. You can then replicate what you've done in class at the studio so that you can get stronger quicker. What else we got in here? So there's a list of what to do. So it explains how to warm up, how to condition, and it's just got the list of exercises that you already do in the studio is to prompt you. What pole conditioning you do, so tucks, Spider-Man's, that's for the higher levels, shoulder mount tucks, stuff like that. Then it says moves, so I would do 4 a week. We teach 4 or 5 moves in the studio, so if you write them down, you can replicate that in your practice time. And then it explains how to stretch, so that's just basic cueing to prompt you of what to do, neck, shoulders, wrists, back, hips, etc. The other thing that can help with practice, but it really is best just to get a little book. We're working on making a journal for you guys. It really is best to get a little book and just write down the names of the moves. And some people struggle with move names. So when I was a young poler, I used to do stick figures next to my move name so I knew what the heck I was talking about. Another thing that can help your practice is this. It's the pole dance diction, what's it called? Pole dance syllabus. PDC, pole dance syllabus. This was made by a bunch of famous pole dancers across the world and was an attempt to make move names consistent, which that will never happen because everyone thinks they're better than everybody else. But please don't teach yourself from this. The point of this is to love heart what you know. So let's say you're doing level 2. A lot of you will have done something like a backslide scissor kick. So when you do it, you can either tick that you've learned it in class, or you can symbolize that you've learned it with a love heart, whichever way you want to do it. Things like backwards floor rolls are actually quite dangerous and you can hurt your neck, so you'll find that we don't have that in level 2, we have it in level 3. So just because something's in level 2 doesn't mean that it's necessarily our level 2. And it's kind of cool because you can watch it in slow motion as well, which is pretty nifty. So this is a way to remember names and how to do things, and we try to align our names with this as much as we can. So to recap, how to practice, warm up, condition, 4 or 5 moves, 5 times each side, don't ignore both sides, and then stretch and write your moves in a little book or use the PDC app. The end.